What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the best up-and-coming community that you could possibly be a part of. Today we're going to be covering some dead side content on how to raid for a beginner, like the tips that nobody want to tell you. You feel me? So tip number one, just getting straight into it. Tip number one is, when raiding, if you're able to find the storage, you're going to want to hold square on it and to add your name to the storage. Adding your name to the storage could be beneficial in many ways, because now you're able to build a wall if somebody ends up counter raiding, or if the original homeowners is online. You also are immune to tyrants. The tyrants won't shoot at you, and in case you forget something in the base, you can come back if the server is a raid time server. All in all, it's useful to add your name to the storage. Tip number two is to always bring a hammer with you. Bringing a hammer with you is very useful because it allows you to see the health of an object, the health, and to see if it's a wall or a foundation or whatever else it may be. Even if it was a crate, it allows you to see how much health it is. That brings us into tip number three, which is always compare the health. Comparing the health between objects is very useful because it can let you know which way to go, if it's a cheaper route, if it's a foundation or a wall, and essentially just give you a better idea of how much boom is going to take for you to get through that wall. Tip number four is to break shelves. A lot of times when people are storing their loot, they tend to store them on these shelves, and breaking a shelf will break everything on this shelf. Like, it will break all three containers instead of breaking each individual container. A metal shelf will cost you about 3,000 boom, while a metal container will cost you about 2,000 to 3,000 boom too. So it would be 3 times more expensive to break the crates instead of breaking. Tip number five is, before even starting a raid, is to place a sleeping bag nearby, not too close, not too far, and that way if you die, you'll be able to easily access your body that you died, or access the area that you're in again by spawning on the sleeping bag. Although this may be a given, to spice up the tip a little more, I would say another way you can use this to get to your advantage is to drop all your things on a sleeping bag before you even get into the fight. You drop all your stuff and you go into the fight as a fresh spawn. That way you can get some intel on the fight, see how much people's in the fight, see what's going on in the fight, if it's a offline, online raid, if they're gonna shoot at you, and that way if you die, you would gain a lot of intel and you can spawn back on your body with all of your loot, and that way you're a little bit more informed of the fight. And with counter raiding, always remember to watch your back, because that raid sign attract people like crack. So, moving on into the next tip. If you made it this far into the video, you are now one of my elite employees. Drop a subscription and comment down below elite employee. And as one of my elite employees, I'm going to give you the super secret hidden tip that I developed myself. Now, this bonus tip isn't essentially for raiding, it's more for grinding, and the tip is this. When you're grinding for dynamite and high tier loot or whatever, and you're doing the level 3 and the star missions, as you all know, we all store our loot in the safe zone. That way we don't have to make the troop all the way back home, especially if we live far. So after the 1.5 update, as we all know, we can no longer store explosives in the safe zone, which makes it a little bit of a pain, because now we have to carry our explosives around with us when doing mission by mission, or going all the way back in between each mission. And we all love to stack missions, of course, right? So the thing that you would do is you would get a car, and essentially you'll be able to store your dynamite in a car. It's like a free way to store it. You can bring it with you, but that can be risky. So the best, and what I do to maximize or keep it on my loot safe, is I get a car, I store it in the safe zone, I hide it in bushes, and I put a vehicle lock on it. That's 3 levels of protection, so no one can find it, and if they do find it, they can't get inside, and if they decide they're mad that they can't get inside, they cannot break it. So boom, you can store dynamite, you can store extra loot, and store things to your heart content, and have your loot safe. And last but not least, tip number 6 is an eco raid slash aka a very cheap raid like this one. Always break the last box. This raid so far cost me 1C4 and 1 repair kit. So at this point, this raid has been very cheap. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff. My partner over there also has a big book bag full of guns, and all this last box took was 1 more dynamite. I accidentally threw 2, and look at that. He grabbed up the 9 dynamite sticks. I grabbed C4, 3 C4. We got some extra sticks and stuff. We got the heck out of there. Very cheap raid. Took 1 C4, 1 repair kit, and 1 dynamite stick, 2 because of a slip of a finger, and we benefited a whole lot. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of what we got all together in the raid after this. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed or learned anything from the video. This is everything we got from the raid, plus the C4 that I threw inside my personal chest. So it was a very beneficial raid. So yeah.